Hey, Blackmore Social Club, God bless America. Talking boots. And I'm going to ask the question, is customer service dead? Is it even existent anymore? I've been talking a lot in the comments lately, and I've been waiting on boots. And you guys saw a couple of videos ago. You saw my experience with the Truman boots. I'm not gonna try to hide my experience with anybody. But you saw that video where I unboxed that Truman work boot, and I was just, the more I looked at it and held it up to you guys, the more I saw the imperfections, and the more I, you know, kind of retracted and said, okay, they're going back. We're gonna send them back. Now, to be fair to Truman, that was my first experience. That was my first experience ever seeing something that shoddy on a Truman boot. So anything, anything can happen. Any company can have a bad boot slip out, and I'm gonna, and that's why I'm talking customer service in this one, because I think as a whole, most people are reasonable. I think as a whole, most people can tolerate a slip up here and there, or something to slip through. As disappointing as it is, when you pay good money for something, wait a little while, get it, and you are geeked up. And I'm going to get to an experience I'm currently dealing with. But when you're geeked up about it and you're so excited and you tear into that thing, and then your heart sinks, the only person that can make that right, or the only thing that can fix that experience, is the way they approach the customer service. When somebody doesn't follow through, when a company doesn't follow through on its commitment to the customer, there's only one person that can make that right. Whether the company's big or small, there's one person, and it's going to be the first person that has contact with that customer after the fact. So let me just give this as maybe it's a warning to the wise, maybe it's a cautionary tale, or maybe it'll fall on deaf ears because, quite frankly, nobody cares anymore. But I think that I wanted to talk about it because I'm experiencing that right now, and I've seen where people have been waiting on orders that aren't coming. You know who I'm talking about, or that have been ridiculously delayed. I have opened up my own order and sent back, and waiting for a response, just waiting for the boot to show up. So I want to talk about a few of these examples, and I want to ask you guys to engage down below. Is customer service dead? And so we'll get going. Example number one: when you buy something, when you trade your money for something, first of all, let's be clear about that. That's my time. That's my time that I earn that money. So don't treat me like I'm lucky to be here. It's really the opposite. If it weren't for customers, there would be no need for a business to serve them. So put the shoe on the right foot first. Put the shoe and get the roles correct first. So when somebody contacts you and says, "Hey, I've found something that's unpleasant about this. It's not what I expected," and again, change the scenario just a little bit if it fits your need. If you've been promised something and it doesn't show up, I mean, like for instance, a delivery window for an appliance. I mean, that happened to me a couple of months ago, and people just think that you take off work and that doesn't cost you anything. People think that you pay money for something months and months ago. So look at how much that opportunity cost you. You might have seen 10, 12, 13 different things in the 5 months that you're waiting for something, but you can't do it because you're waiting on somebody to make good on their word. So there's things like that to me just sour people, And the only person that can make it right is when you get back a hold of that company and say, hey, where's my product at? How come you didn't show up when you were supposed to? How come the delivery didn't make it to my house when I had taken off the first day or two? The example I'm thinking of was, I had bought a vehicle and I'd had it transported, and I had to take off 2 days because you can't deliver a vehicle without being home. But when they don't even show up and they don't even respond until the following day, they just threw your day away. They threw your PTO away, or whatever that situation is. And it's just hugely disrespectful. And so when the first person you deal with is argumentative, whenever you reach back out to that company and they're argumentative, they just want to justify the situation you're dealing with. No fault, no blame. Don't put they don't want no responsibility for it. I mean, again, that's the fastest way to ruin customer loyalty. That's the fastest way to make a walking advertisement for why you won't ever do business with that company again. Now, mind you, I'm not specifically talking about any companies. I use the example of those Truman boots just because I'm currently in the process, but it hasn't been a bad process with Truman. I mean, they've just immediately sent me the return label. They immediately said they would make it right. I'm just waiting on them to receive the boots back, and then we'll see where it goes. So again, please don't read too far into this. But I will say, they just from the friends of mine that I have on here, they are toying with hurting customer relationships, and that's not ever good. So another example, and I'm looking at the boot right now. Some of you guys will probably guess what I'm talking about, but out of respect for the process, and that's where I want to also say for a moment, I'm not just one of those drama queens that want to jump on here and somebody called me in a comment the other day. Somebody said I was humble bragging because I talked about selling something. If you're one of those people, don't read too far into some of this stuff. I'm relatively realistic when it comes to things. I know things can happen. People can make mistakes. Things slip through the cracks. But I'm looking at a pair of boots, and I'm going to wait on the process to play out, because when you're in this game, there's multiple things there's multiple things you have to deal with. And so one, this is not a cheap a boot. They're touted as being impeccable quality, impeccable this, only the most premium of materials, only the most premium of craftsmanship, so on and so forth. And I got news for you. I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I am trading the most money I have ever traded for an item. I could buy 2 to 3 other items for the price of this item. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Feel free to speculate. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give it, I'm realistic and I'm reasonable. So I'm going to give them the opportunity to make it right first. I did not want to. The other day when I did I genuinely did an unboxing video. And you guys know I don't do that pomp and circumstance, but I felt like this particular brand merited it. And I was excited to do it. And you could watch my heart break on my face when I saw what I saw. Now, not a fault of that company. Even though something slipped out that was subpar, and I don't want to accept it, that happens. So customers as a whole, I think, are reasonable. So now here's my warning to the businesses. Don't toy with that. Don't screw that up, because you have a second opportunity, just a one, to make it right. You can make it whole. You can still turn that experience into a positive experience by saying, hey, we're so sorry that happened. What's it going to take to make it right? Now let me tell you where the thing zigs and zags here. Since I bought this through a stockist, now the ball's in their court, because even the company doesn't necessarily, the manufacturer doesn't necessarily want to go around their stockist and handle that. They want you to go through them so they can make it right first. Problem is this particular stockist is already off to a bad start, because the first thing they did, and you can guess it, is they started arguing about about how that should be acceptable quality. And again, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to give them part of my diatribe on being realistic and reasonable is the fact that I'm going to give somebody 1 to 2 email interactions. I'm going to tell you what happened. You're going to tell me what you're going to do about it, and then I'm going to respond with how I feel that offer went. You got one more chance, one more opportunity to come back to reason. I'm not buying a used car, so I'm not going to sit here all day and negotiate. And at some point in time, I'm going to go scorched earth. I mean, I'm going to go hell hath no fury, like an avid boot collector scorned, right? I'm not going to. You got one more chance. And I think that, again, it's not a threat, folks. It's just, people. It's 2025. There's not a boatload of disposable income just flying around. People are starting to pinch pennies. Grocery prices are going up. Inflation, tariffs. I mean, all this stuff is going on. The secondhand market is wild with deals. So when you have somebody that comes in and spends such an insane amount of money right off the bat, no coupon codes, no nothing. I mean, you're in that luxury market. You have to deliver on the experience. You must deliver the experience. You cannot afford to have somebody argue, I'm going to be honest with you. We sell rugged goods, so some of that's expected. What? I mean, what? You're gonna pre-scratch? We're talking about stains. We're talking about, using a subpar cut of leather, and you're gonna sit there and tell me that's part of the rugged appeal of something that's not even designed to be rugged? You're gonna sit there in an actual communication, which I'll share all this stuff. Like I said, I'm not even saying the name because I'm not doing this to taunt the company. I'm just talking as a whole. Be careful, because now we got it in print. We've got your response to that in print, which basically says, could be worse, or it's rugged. It's supposed to be that way. No. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to put your customers ahead of your profits, and then a weird thing happens. You get both. You put your customer first. Put your customer ahead of your profits, then you get both. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. The last thing I'm going to say about this, and then I'm going to split, is we hear a lot of companies complaining about how hard it is to find skilled labor, how hard it is to find people, how hard it is to find this, that, and the other. And it is. In the business I work in, it's hard to find skilled labor. You have to invest a lot of money into training employees and to get them to the place where there's a return on your investment. But you know what caring for the customer cost? You want to guess? Nothing. That's your culture. You embed in your employees that it is a must of employment to take care of the person on the other end of that phone, on the other end of that email, to take care of that person walking through the doors. You bake that into it is a must, because again, if they don't come back, you cease to exist. So that's all I'm going to say. You tell me below. You guys you know what we're talking about. I know you know what we're talking about because I've talked to some of you guys. The charges for return shipping. I've been hit with that. When they say, hey, this didn't work out. All right, pay to have it sent back. What? It didn't work out, not because I didn't want it to work out. I still want to purchase from you. You sent me a scratched item. You sent me a defective item, and now you want me to pay to get it back to you? Eat that, son. Take that on the chin. Or you say, I really want your product, but I'm not sure what size I am because you jack with the sizing every 30 minutes. So you want me to pay because you jacked with the sizing and you didn't use any system? You didn't use the Brannick, you didn't use metric, you didn't use US, you didn't use European? You just randomly designed some stuff and then you want me to pay because I got it wrong the first time? That's short-sighted. And so to me, keep the customer. Start getting smart about this. Jesus. Yeah, I almost went off again. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're gonna call it. I'm gonna finish this coffee before it gets too cold. You guys be blessed. Just wanted to talk. Jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. Is customer service dead? Is it? I mean, is there any companies out there that are still in it to please that end user, and anybody still believe in that art of reciprocity? I mean, I take care of you, you come back and buy more, that takes care of me, that feeds these mouths, I'm going to take care of you. I mean, and just keep that going. Anybody still believe in that? Y'all let me know. Talk soon. Be blessed. Should have done that before I drank that last sip. Realized that was awkward.